$1,500 a month for an ocean view condo and a maid, or $3,500 a month to sit in traffic and buy $18 coffee. The same country, two completely different lives. Here's how to choose the right one in 2026. The problem with most Philippines relocation advice is everybody tells you about the one city they visited for 2 weeks, and now you're supposed to make a life-changing decision based on that. The truth is, the Philippines has 7 major expat cities, and they're radically different from each other. You could spend $1,500 a month living like royalty in one city, or spend $3,000 feeling like you're getting ripped off in another. You already know about the legendary dating scene, so we're going to focus on the practical financial ins and outs of life in these cities in the Philippines. I'm Brad with Evolution Expats, and after relocating over 400 people to the Philippines, I'm breaking down the 3 cities that represent 3 completely different lifestyles: budget paradise, premium experience, and the perfect balance. And stick around, because I'm going to give you access to our complete 7 city rankings guide that is usually only available as part of our premium consultation package. At Evolution Expats, we've facilitated over 400 Philippines relocations. We map out visa pathways, tax implications, and long-term residency options, not just beach recommendations. I'm evaluating these cities using 5 categories, each scored out of 10 for a total of 50 points: cost of living, infrastructure, visa pathway, expat community, and lifestyle. These 3 cities scored the highest in our rankings, but more importantly, they represent 3 completely different approaches to Philippines living. Before we get into it, subscribe to this channel. Philippines visa policies, the cost of living, and residency programs are changing constantly. I break down every update so you are making decisions based on current intel, not outdated Reddit threads from 2019. And leave a like so the content I make for you gets sent to you. Now, before you ask, yes, there are 7 cities in our full rankings. The top 3 in this video, as well as Davao, Angeles City, Baguio, and Bacolod. They're all scored and analyzed. Some of you watching might actually prefer those cities over the 3 that I'm covering today. It's all up to the individual. That's exactly why I created the Philippine City Rankings Guide with all 7 cities, specific neighborhood recommendations, visa processing comparisons, and vetted housing options. I'll show you how to download that in a few minutes. But these 3 cities will give you the framework to understand what you're actually choosing between in the Philippines. Let's start with a city that scored the highest in our overall rankings, Cebu. Total score 45 out of 50. Cebu represents what most people are actually looking for when they say, I want to move to the Philippines. It's the Goldilocks city. Not too expensive, not too provincial, not too isolated, just right. Start with the cost of living. 8 out of 10 points on our score. $1,800 to $2,500 a month for a high-quality lifestyle that includes a modern 1-bedroom condo in a good area, eating out regularly, household help if you want it, a gym membership, and weekend trips. One client paid $3,500 a month in Austin. In Cebu, $2,000 was all he paid for an ocean view condo with a pool and a gym. The same quality, 40% less. Now, infrastructure, that gets a 10 out of 10. The Mactan Cebu Airport is the second busiest airport in the Philippines with direct flights all across Asia and to the Middle East. You can fly to Singapore, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Seoul, Dubai, all without routing through Manila. For your internet, you have gigabit fiber internet with symmetrical speeds, which is extremely unusual. Usually it's asymmetrical, but in the Philippines, it's symmetrical, which is great when you're working from home. Our clients doing video editing, software development, and day trading have 0 issues. You also get world-class hospitals, including the Cebu Doctors Hospital. You have modern malls and co-working spaces, as well as reliable electricity and first-world infrastructure at developing world prices. Now for the visa pathway, 9 out of 10 for Cebu. They have a major Bureau of Immigration office, so you're not flying to Manila every time you need a visa extension. The SRRV retirement visa can be processed in the city itself. And because Cebu has a growing tech sector with special economic zones, there are business visa options that don't exist in the smaller cities. For clients establishing long-term residency, Cebu offers flexibility most other cities just don't have. As far as the expat community in the city, that's a 10 out of 10. There are over 20,000 registered foreign nationals in Metro Cebu. Massive Facebook groups, regular meetups, international schools, and restaurants of every cuisine. You're never isolated in Cebu. Whether you need professional networking, business partnerships, social activities, or dating opportunities, there's a critical mass here. As far as the lifestyle is concerned, that's probably about an 8 out of 10 for most people. Cebu City is a proper urban city, and it does have some traffic and congestion. But you're 30 minutes away from white sand beaches. An hour to the south gets you to Moabol for world-class scuba diving, or Aslab for whale sharks. An hour to the north is Bantayan Island with mountains surrounding it. Cebu offers hiking and cooler temperatures throughout the year. Cebu gives you city convenience Monday through Friday, fast internet, modern amenities, and an island escape on weekends. That balance is rare in any city in any country. So that's why the total score is 45 out of 50. Cebu is the best overall package, versatile enough for careers, retirement, or families. Evolution Expats routes more clients here than any other Philippines city. But now, let's look at maximum value. That's city number 2, Dumaguete. The total score, 43 out of 50. This city is exploding in popularity because it represents the maximum quality of life at the minimum cost. So first, the cost of living, 10 out of 10. $1,200 to $1,800 a month gets you an ocean view condo, household help, dining out regularly, and weekend island excursions. Peak value in the Philippines. One retired teacher client of ours lives on $2,200 a month in Social Security. In Oregon, that barely covered rent. In Dumaguete, she gets an oceanfront condo, a housekeeper, monthly diving trips, and she has $500 left to spare. Quality up, expenses down 60% for her. If cost efficiency is your primary driver, Dumaguete is unbeatable. As far as its infrastructure, that's a 7 out of 10. Fiber internet is reliable, but not quite as robust as Cebu. It has a smaller airport with daily trips to Manila and Cebu. No direct international routes. The medical facilities are adequate, but serious medical conditions will require travel to Cebu or Manila. Additionally, the city is extremely walkable. You can walk or bike to most places, which is actually a bit rare in the Philippines. That's the lifestyle upgrade that most people underestimate, especially nice when you don't have a car or a car payment anymore. Now, for your visas, the pathway there is about a 7 out of 10. The Bureau of Immigration Office in Dumaguete handles visa extensions, and the SRRV is popular among the large retiree community, but complex visa situations or business permits require flying to Cebu or Manila. The expat community is a 9 out of 10. Dumaguete's expat population has grown faster than anywhere else in Southeast Asia over the past 5 years. Thousands of Americans, Germans, Scandinavians, and Australians all call it home now. On the cultural side, Dumaguete is a university town with 4 major universities, which means the local population is educated, English-speaking, and internationally minded. The culture is more cosmopolitan than you'd expect from a small coastal city. Our clients consistently report that Dumaguete has the best small town feel with international flavor vibe that they've found anywhere that they've lived. So for the lifestyle then, we give it a 10 out of 10, a coastal university town with a genuinely laid-back atmosphere. The oceanfront boulevard is perfect for morning runs or evening walks. Apo Island, one of the world's best diving sites, is only 45 minutes by boat. Mountains and waterfalls are within an hour of the city. It's safe, you can walk anywhere at any time, it's friendly, the locals are welcoming, and it's beautiful in an accessible way. You don't need a car or an excessive income to enjoy Dumaguete. Total score, 43 out of 50. Dumaguete is what most people picture when they think retire to a tropical paradise. But increasingly, younger remote workers and digital nomads are landing here because of the cost to quality of life ratio is extremely good for them. The only downsides are the infrastructure limitations and the fact that it's becoming less of a hidden gem every month. But if you want a relaxed lifestyle, strong social opportunities, and you don't need big city amenities, Dumaguete is nearly perfect. Now, let's look at the opposite side of the spectrum. City number 3, Makati, and Bonifacio Global City, or BGC for short. The 2 premium districts in Metro Manila. Total score, 39 out of 50. They score lower than Cebu and Dumaguete, but that's because Makati and BGC represent a completely different value proposition. This is for people who aren't moving to the Philippines to save money. This is for people who want first world everything and will pay for it. That's why the cost of living is a 6 out of 10. A decent 1-bedroom condo in BGC runs $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Dining out costs what you'd pay in Los Angeles. Co-working spaces, gyms, international schools, everything is priced at or above Western levels. You're not moving here for cost savings. All around Manila, the infrastructure is a 10 out of 10. It's the best infrastructure in the Philippines. Gigabit fiber, world-class hospitals with internationally trained physicians, international schools, reliable power, every first world amenity you know and love. If infrastructure is non-negotiable, if you need everything to work perfectly because you're running a business or have health considerations, this is the place in the Philippines that delivers consistently. The visa pathway here is an 8 out of 10. Being in Metro Manila, it gives you immediate access to the main Bureau of Immigration headquarters, all the embassies, and every visa processing center. If you're navigating complex visa situations or business permits, being in Manila simplifies everything. We actually route some clients through Manila initially, even if they're planning to end up elsewhere, just because the visa infrastructure is so much more robust there. The expat community in Manila is a 9 out of 10. Makati and BGC have the largest concentrations of foreign professionals in the Philippines. International networking events, professional organizations, every type of social activity. And of course, the dating scene is cosmopolitan and diverse. If you're 35 and building a career, if you need professional networking or high level business connections, that's where you want to be. As far as the lifestyle, that's closer to a 6 out of 10. The traffic is legendary and brutal. Air quality is poor compared to some of the coastal communities, but similar to most American metros. You're in a dense urban environment, concrete high rises, and malls. The nearest actual beach is hours away through dense traffic. Socially, it has excellent nightlife with world class dining and cultural events, but you're not living the tropical island dream you see on the postcards. You're living in a modern mega city that you see across Asia that happens to be in the Philippines. So that's where the total score is a 39 out of 50. So why would we include this city when it scored lower than the other two? Because for specific people, this is the only correct answer. If you're doing seven figures, if you're a tech professional who needs to be in the room with decision makers, or if you have specific medical conditions requiring top tier healthcare. If you're raising kids and you want a selection of international schools, Makati and BGC are your best options. You have to know what you're optimizing for. If it's infrastructure and reliability above all else, then this is your answer. So those are the three main lifestyle categories: Cebu for versatility, Dumaguete for value, and Makati BGC for premium infrastructure. But those are only three of the 7 major cities in the Philippines for expats. Davao scored 41 out of 50, the safest major city in the country and perfect for families. Angeles City scored 38 out of 50, the maximum cost efficiency with a few controversial trade-offs like air quality and traffic. Bacolod and Baguio round out the list with specific advantages for certain demographics. Some of you watching might actually be better off in some of those other cities, not the 3 that I have just covered. It's not hypothetical. I guarantee some of you have priorities that make Davao or Baguio the objectively better choice. That's why I created the Philippine City Rankings Guide. All 7 cities with full scoring, specific neighborhoods, visa processing timelines, vetted housing options, and healthcare facilities rated by quality. This is what our paying clients request in consultations. The link is in the description. It's an immediate PDF download. Click it and download the guide. You'll have the complete information you need to make this decision strategically instead of guessing based on blog or photos. Here's the truth that most content creators won't say because it doesn't generate clicks. There's no universal best city. There's the best city specific for your age, your income, your visa situation, your work requirements, or your lifestyle preferences. In 10 years of doing this work, I've watched people waste enormous amounts of money because they follow the generic advice instead of getting a customized plan. I've seen introverts move to Cebu because everybody recommended it and then suffer in the large crowds. Or clients pick Dumaguete for the peace and quiet, but their business needs regular international flights and the tiny airport can't provide that. Every single one of those situations was preventable. Now, here's the other thing: your visa pathway determines what cities actually make sense. If you qualify for the SRRV retirement visa, you have more options than digital nomads on tourist visas. If you're exploring the business visa or special economic zone permits, certain cities offer massive advantages. The city decision and the visa decision are connected, but most people treat them as though they're separate questions. This is exactly why Evolution Expats exist. We look at your complete situation: age, income, visa eligibility, work requirements, family situation, health considerations, and then we tell you the specific city and neighborhood that matches your actual needs. Not a generic ranking, a customized strategy. If you're serious about relocating to the Philippines in 2026, book a consultation with Evolution Expats. The link is in the description. During your call, we'll give you the optimal city and specific neighborhood based on your priorities, the exact visa pathway that matches your timeline and qualifications, current cost breakdowns with vetted housing contacts, and our complete Philippines relocation checklist. We have successfully relocated over 400 people to the Philippines. We've learned every possible way this can go wrong so you don't have to. Stop basing life-changing decisions on travel vlogs from people who spent 2 weeks somewhere and call themselves experts. Get strategic. If you prefer to do things yourself, get our guide and save time and money. If you prefer customized personalization, then consultation is the route for you. If you're serious or curious about international living, subscribe to this channel. I release new videos every week covering visa updates, cost of living changes, and strategic relocation advice for the countries around the world. And absolutely everyone considering a move abroad needs to check out our document hygiene playlist. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is not getting their documents properly authenticated and apostilled for their applications. That playlist walks you through exactly what you need to do so that red tape does not derail your dream. Remember, the right information makes it all possible. I'm Brad with Evolution Expats, and I'll see you in our next video.